Hey everybody, what's up? Great. Firstly, I want to thank you for being a part of Tube Launch, and we know that you're going to benefit very much from Tube Launch, and you know that we are always here to help you. Okay. Thank you for being here right now. Boy, have we got a treat for you all tonight. This is really awesome, and I'm very excited about it. Tube Launch members, you will all recognize me from the instructional tutorials that you find in the members area of Tube Launch. Okay, I'm on those tutorials. I'm the one teaching you. Okay, so I'm here again with you tonight, and we've really just got something great for you. Before we get into the meat of everything and show you the most amazing thing you've ever seen about making money on YouTube, before we show you that tonight, I want to make sure that everybody can hear me right now. Okay, if you look to the bottom right, maybe you've been on a webinar before. If you look to the bottom right, you will see a chat box. So just so I know everybody can hear me, can you please type in yes? And also type in where you're from. Okay. I'm already getting a lot of yeses. That's great. We have Sarah in Ohio. Awesome. Mark says, hey man, I can hear you. Great, great. He's in California. Linda from Texas. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. Great, great. Oh, and there's Oliver in London. Damn, man, it must be pretty late over there. Well, thank you for staying up so you can join us here tonight, sticking in it. I like that. That's great dedication. That's what I love to see. Okay, all right, so it seems like everybody can hear me just fine. Remember, if you can't hear us or hear me, go ahead and let me know, and we'll make sure everything's working on the audio settings, okay? And we're going to have a lot of fun tonight, but I don't want anybody to forget that this is a very serious presentation, okay? So you need to pay attention. You need to put all your attention into watching this so that you don't miss anything and so that you don't waste anybody's time, especially ours or your own, okay? If you're not so sure that you're going to pay attention, go ahead and, free up your slot because there's people that are trying to get in right now, okay? The webinar is at full capacity when it's at 1,000 members, okay? And if you leave, you will not be able to get back in, okay? In fact, people are trying to join right now, okay? We have over 1,000 people signed up for this, and 1,000 is all that our system can handle. So with that being in mind, also, in order to help yourself pay attention more, I'd like you to eliminate all distractions you may have right now. So if you're on Skype, turn it off. If you're on Facebook, turn it off. Put your cell phone on silent or vibrate, okay? And actually, I want you to get a pen and paper right now and prepare to take a lot of notes on the secrets that you're going to discover in the next 90 minutes, okay? I want you to take notes with a pen and paper so that you have nothing else open on your computer. And I guarantee that you will change your income and make yourself a great amount of cash with just doing a little bit of work, okay? I know that sounds cliche, but it isn't. You have no idea how much money this system that is about to be revealed is making me and my partners every single day. And this kind of income will be possible for you, okay? You will be able to make this same kind of money if you stay till the very end. So get settled where you're at. Get up, grab a drink if you need to really quickly so that you can sit here and enjoy and absorb all this information that we're going to give you in the next 90 minutes. So a few months ago, I was attending this internet marketing event, and I didn't really know anybody. It's the first one of these events I've ever been to, so I already kind of felt, awkward a little bit. So I just grabbed a plate of food and got myself a drink, and I just, went and sat down at a table, and there was a guy across from me just fiddling around on his iPad or whatever, and, we just started talking and introduced each other, and we got into a conversation. Started talking about business, which is what, you're there for. He ended up showing me something on his laptop or on his iPad that would later end up putting over $33,000 into my bank account in about a week on complete autopilot, okay, and with just 1 hour of work per day on YouTube, okay. He introduced me to this. He showed it to me. I was blown away, and yes, I said 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour a day with this remarkable software. And if you think that's a lot of money, and I'm not saying it isn't because it's a lot of money to me or anybody else, this guy actually uses this system to make himself $85,000 per month. Okay, that's what he does. This guy, he's a great guy. You know, he's one of those guys you hear about. Big house, nice cars, you know, all of that. But, you know, he's actually very different from any of these guys of what I would think, or of what I would think these guys would be like, because he's very humble. He's a great guy, okay? I'm about to introduce you to him. He has promised to reveal exactly what he did to me that day to you guys. He's going to introduce you to this. He promised me. He's here tonight. His name is Charlie, and he's actually from London as well, just like you, Oliver, and many of other people who are watching right now from London. But I know you guys are going to like him. He's a great guy, a real humble character. Before I introduce him, though, let me make one thing clear. The system that you are about to be exposed to is a one-off exclusive with me, okay, that I guarantee I will never do it again. Okay, I don't do these kind of things, and this is the only time you're going to see this. And one more warning, just like I said in the emails, there's not going to be a replay, okay? So make sure you do not leave and soak in all the secrets that you're about to be revealed to you during this powerful webinar that we're on right now. So take it full advantage of the seat you're sitting in right now, because this is going to be great. Great, so how does that sound? Does that sound good to everybody? Right, good, good. Okay, Charlie, my friend, are you there?
Hi, yes, I'm here. All right, fantastic. Thank you very much for the introduction. Thanks so much. You've outdone yourself again. Great to be here. Great to be introduced by the people at the Tube Launch team as well. I'm actually surprised. I'm really surprised to see so many people here tonight who are actually ready to make a change. Now, before I actually get started, I want to welcome you all. I really want to start by saying, thank you. Thank you for giving up your time to be here with me tonight. Now, I want to make sure all of you can hear me, okay? As I am in London. I know, just seeing on the chat box, I can see I've got people from all different parts of the world. Again, thank you so much for giving up your time to be here with me tonight. But yeah, look, like I said, I can see all of you great people have been typing in really cool comments. So look, just continue, just so I know you can hear me. Just give me a shout out, say something like anything like yes, you can hear me, or hey, you sound sexy, or I love your British accent. Wow, I didn't expect that many replies at any one go. Okay, fantastic. Seems like most of you can hear me. That's really good. Now, one thing I want to make sure, just throw out there before we even get started, if you can just keep your comments, any discussions and questions you do have, just keep them to a minimum at the moment. I'd appreciate it. And you will have a chance towards the end, really just to ask any questions you want. But as the people at the Tube Launch team, as Julie and the team over there, they've already just told you, there's nearly 1,000 people on this webinar with us tonight, and it can only handle that many people at one time. I've actually got people coming in right now who are trying to get in on this, okay? So look, just keep your comments to a minimum at the moment. We'll get through the webinar, and more importantly, I can share everything that I want to share with you, as there's quite a lot to get through. So look, just keep it to a minimum. It'd be much appreciated. Now, the reason why I've got this CNN screen, you should be able to see my screen, and I've got the CNN screen, and I want to make sure you all know that, I am here right now. This isn't something that's pre-recorded. I am here in London, as you should be able to see from the time. So on the bottom right-hand side of my screen, you'll be able to see, look, it's actually just 10 minutes or 11 minutes now past midnight on the 15th of April, okay? But again, on the CNN screen, so if I just refresh that, this is the international version, but you can see, look, this is live, this is something at the moment, and as expected, I actually expected something to be up about North Korea, because that's pretty much all over the news at the moment. You can see we've got a bit of stuff there about North Korea as well. But again, look, this is today, this is right now, this is right here, okay? Now, before I get started, I just wanted to see, where everyone's from, where everyone's, like I said, I was looking at the chat box earlier on, I can see, we've got people from all over the world. I've got a Tim here from Oregon, and Mary Benson from Birmingham, AL. Again, I'm going to apologise, I'm not too familiar with all the state codes in America. So AL, I'm going to take a stab in the dark, that I presume that's Birmingham, Alabama. I've got another person here, that's John from Perth, Australia. John, thank you so much for giving up your time. I think it's probably 10 past midday there. I've got another gentleman from South Africa as well, Tim McIntyre from Martinsville, Saskatchewan. I apologize, I probably pronounced that right, Tim. And finally another, Tonya from Barbados here. Tonya, I hope the weather's great over there. Fantastic. Now look, if I do talk too fast, just let me know. I'll try my best to slow down. But like I said earlier on, I do really want to try and go at a decent pace so we can really get through the webinar and more importantly, answer your questions as well. Okay, so let's get started. Let's kick off. I hope you're all ready with me. I actually put together a bit of a slide document. It's not something I do all the time. In fact, look, webinars, this isn't what my specialty is. This isn't what I do for a living. In fact, this is the first webinar I've ever done, okay? So, if this is a bit rusty or anything, I'm going to apologize up front. This is my first time, okay? Now, I'll be honest with you. Like I said, what I'm going to show you, I've never revealed this to anyone in public. I've only revealed this to really my close friends and my family. And look, I was very reluctant to come in and actually share this with you. But what I want to do before I actually start, I want to introduce you to welcome you to the last webinar you're ever going to have to watch. Now, I know, that's a bit of an arrogant thing to say. And, again, before you can ever start making money online, regardless whether we're talking part-time, whether we're talking full-time, the most important thing is you have a system that's proven, that's tried, and more importantly, that's tested. The system that you're going to use is something that's going to be working time and time again. So look, it does so much more than just that. This has worked for other people, and more importantly, it's very easy to use. And as a result, I've actually built a software that gives you the ability to do that, which basically means this is the last webinar you ever need to watch. Now, I don't usually share the secrets or the secrets with what I do with people online. And to be honest, look, the way I go about making online, it's pretty crazy. You're actually going to see all of that in just a moment. And I think you're definitely going to be impressed. Very few people have actually had a chance to see what I'm actually going to show you. So look, you're definitely going to be blown away from what you see. In fact, the team at TubeLaunch have actually seen some massive results. I think their best month saw them cash in somewhere around $53,000, which is pretty crazy. Now, what's really groundbreaking is for those of you who are actually willing to take the same kind of action, you will be able to see the same kind of results that's going to have a massive impact on your life. Now look, let's be honest, the main reason we're here, in fact the big thing, the main reason we're here, what we're all looking for, it's money. The money, the freedom that money brings us. And to be honest, the kind of money you're going to see that I'm going to show you is pretty exciting stuff. And my job is to make you as much as possible. Now, from my experience, the reason what people are always after is freedom. And the kind of freedom this software has given me, this has changed my life completely. And as a result, I want to actually share this with you on this webinar, just to show you really where I was and where I am today. And this is a chance for you. This is a chance for you to have a key that's going to change your life. And what I really want to do is I want to give you that key that's going to change your life for the better. Now, I know the TubeLaunch actually just started off. They did say, look, before we get started, I want to make sure I've got your full concentration. I've got your full attention. So look, do yourself a favor. If you've got anything like Skype, if you've got anything like Facebook, I don't know why people have an account. I personally don't have an account. But look, if you've got either, they can be very distracting. So look, just please turn it off right now. Close your door. Anything like Twitter, your mobile phone, it's actually worth putting it on silent. Or if you actually want to take advantage and see some serious results, switch it off. Give this your full attention. The information I'm going to give you is too powerful for you not to pay attention to every single word that I say and more importantly, take plenty of notes. Now, it's highly advisable to stay right until the end of the webinar, because I'm going to give you a special secret method that you're actually going to be able to go away with, and you're actually going to be able to implement it immediately, which in turn, you'll actually get the same results the very same day. Now, I only work 1 hour per day. Now, I've actually fine-tuned my system to work like clockwork, to generate well over $5,000 a day. And look, I'll show you proof of that in just a moment. I know it's a big claim, and I'm going to back it up fairly quickly. I'm not going to throw out, a statement like that without being able to say, look, this is where I'm making it, this is where the money's coming from. The feedback from all my close friends, from all my family, it's been very similar. In fact, look, lots of my family members, they're using this with amazing results. One particular family member is actually a second cousin. He's gone to town. He's consistently doing $600 to $850 a day. And that's pretty much happening all day, every day. He's pretty much got it becoming consistent, and as a result, it's become life-changing for him. Now, the one thing more important than that is the method. The method I'm actually going to be able to reveal, which is something you can replicate, and you can replicate it with ease. And I'm going to show you all of that fairly soon. Now, the first thing I want to do, I want to show you some proof. I want to show you really, my credentials effectively. The results I'm actually going to show you, they're commissions from various affiliate networks. For example, things like ClickBank, things like AdSense, Amazon, and various CPA offers. And I'll actually explain more about this in just a moment. Now, for those of you who don't know much about affiliate marketing, this is completely new. I presume, some of you might be affiliate marketing whiz kids, some of you might not. But let me just give you a quick explanation. Very simply, it's making money by promoting other products or services, and you receive a percentage of the profit made. That is affiliate marketing in its simplicity. You're simply making money by promoting products and services, and if they make a sale, you receive a percentage of the profit made. So, going back to what I said earlier, going back to about the statement that I made, making $5,000 a day. Many of you, you'll probably be familiar with ClickBank. Some of you might be, some of you might not be. Okay, this is what you actually get when you log into the account. Now, these snapshots that you're actually looking at right now, they go back to November 2011. Okay, you should be able to see at the top of that screen, November 2011, in fact, right up there. So again, you can see this is something that I've been using for quite a while. Okay, so it's something that I haven't literally made up yesterday, and I'm flogging online today. This is something that I've actually been fine-tuning and using for a number of years. But as you can see on my screen, back in November 2011. Those were the kind of figures that I was generating on a daily basis. So again, November the 15th, $491.90. And Thursday, November the 17th, $398.15. So again, I pulled these out from some of the snapshots that I had in the past. And again, you should be able to see, in fact, on November the 18th, wow, I don't remember, but it was a great day from the statistics. That's $2,329.93. That's not bad, not remembering where you're actually making $2,329 from. Again, on the right-hand side, you'll see fairly similar kind of figures. So again, we're talking, $1,113.33 on November 22nd. That was a Tuesday. And again, as you go along, we're talking, 265, 667. Some days we were making 4 figures, some days we were making 3 figures. Okay. Now, you should be able to see, it was generating me in some cases easily over $5,000 a week. In fact, some people, they actually struggle to earn that kind of money in a month. Hence, to see that kind of return in a week, that's pretty exciting stuff. I hope you're really seeing the possibility of what kind of money you can make out there. So you can actually see, look, if others are making that kind of money, there's no reason why you can't. Now, here's actually another screenshot from ClickBank. This again showing even more real earnings. Now, this is actually going back to April last year, so April 2012. You should be able to see over the course of, that must have been November 2011. So, in 6 months, we've gone from $100 a day, we're well over to 4 figures on a daily basis. So April this 20th, 2012, $2,117.04. Again, we really went to town on this day. Wednesday, April the 13th, $3,073.06 in 1 day's earnings. That's not bad. On the right-hand side, we've got May. So this is May 2012. Wednesday, May the 11th, that's $3,225.78. So again, just moving on, I hope, just this brief 2 snapshots have really showed you what I'm actually going to show you, showed you a bit of the credentials, but look, I'll actually show you a bit more as we go along. Now, this is July again, this is 2 different accounts, so July last year, as you can see, we're still 4-figure days. That's pretty common, $2,703.86. On the right-hand side, again, you got a couple of $569, $530, $500 a day. Now, when you compare that with a 4-figure day, fair enough, it's not as good, but that's not bad in the bigger picture of things to be taken home on a daily basis. Now, it's actually interesting to see on July the 10th. July the 10th, we've actually got nothing. In fact, on the right-hand side, July the 10th, that's $14.39 in 1 day. You're probably thinking, well, what happened there? I actually want to explain that to you. As you can see, during the run-up to that, we had a couple of okay days, 607, 425, 529, but you can see we had an okay, good run-up to that day. Now, what we actually do, sometimes we actually take moments when we actually turn the system off and we make tweaks and change some of the settings just to see the changes and really the difference to ensure the system is working, but more importantly, that the system is evolving. We're developing it. As you can see, look, the minute we actually switched it back on, it actually started making a difference. The next day, $1,111.46. This on this other account, $1,000.14. Again, you're still hitting nearly 2,600, nearly 2,800. Again, those are pretty astounding figures as well. So look, you're actually looking at a system, you're going to be getting a system that's ever evolving. This is the most up-to-date system that you're actually going to see out there. Now, this next account, this is from Amazon. Again, I've got multiple accounts, and there's not just places like ClickBank out there. ClickBank, it's a fairly big marketplace, but it's absolutely dwarfed by Amazon. Amazon, it's pretty much the biggest money-making website that's out there. And look, they've actually got different versions of it. So you may have seen, for example, Amazon.co.uk in the UK. Again, that's where I am. I probably relate to that. In France, it's Amazon.fr. And in Germany, it's Amazon.de. But look, they're all different versions, but they're all just Amazon, and it's Amazon rebranded. But as a result, what it is, Amazon, it's a massive organization, which basically means, look, there's a lot of opportunities to make some serious commissions. And the cool thing is, you can actually tap into that by becoming an affiliate with Amazon. You can sign up to become an Amazon associate. Now, you actually find that link by scrolling to the bottom of the page. You'll see a link that says Make Money With Us. And what you do is, you actually recommend a product to someone, and they purchase it through Amazon, and ultimately, you make a commission. So back in Easter, I bought some gifts for some of my relatives, and I actually recommended them, and by recommending it, I actually became an affiliate. I actually wrote a review, I recommended it to other people, and look, if they actually bought through that link, I could make commission as well. But as you can see, this is actually 1 month's earnings on Amazon. Now, again, was backing up the claim that I said earlier. I was easily making nearly $5,000 a day, but again, this is another account. This is just one of the few accounts that I have on Amazon. So you should be able to see that's in pounds, £21,697.22. Now, that is 1 month's earning again from Amazon. As we go along, this is another account as well. So this is from Google AdSense. Google AdSense, again, it's another great way. If you've got a website with Google, you can actually add a code to that website. Now, what Google actually does is it actually checks the content of your site. And after checking the content, what it will do, it will actually add adverts about that content. So let me give you an example, something that I relate to. I watch a bit of football from time to time. So let's say, for example, we're talking football shoes or football shirts, and you have a website up about football, and the Google ad could be about football tickets, for example. And also, what Google does, it localizes it for you. So say, for example, I'm based in London, and I was looking for football shirts. It could be about Arsenal. I don't know, many of you are familiar with Arsenal. They're a team in London, but some of you, I think I saw some people from California. If you clicked on that, or Google recognized that you were coming in from LA, for example, it'd probably be about LA Galaxy shirts. But you can see, this is on 1 day's earning on 2 different accounts. So with this particular day, that's $432.64. Another one, that's $1,162.34 as well. Sorry, that was $432.64. Now, this is another one, Max Bounty, okay? This is another one. Now, sorry, just actually going back to Google AdSense, I've actually had a comment here. Someone said, well, look, I don't have a website. This doesn't concern me. Now, what I want to actually say, I think there was a gentleman called Ian. Now, what this actually Google does, what we're actually going to show you, in fact, we're actually going to show you a technique on this webinar to teach you how to build your own website. Even if you've got no computer skills whatsoever, you can build your own site in a matter of minutes, okay? It's going to be able to give you the ability to generate traffic to your own site, and ultimately, that's the whole point of this show, to show you how to generate traffic. So look, stick with me, because I've had people who've been completely dumbfounded and shocked by the way, and I know it probably sounds too good to be true, but trust me, watch it, stick around, and stick till the end so you can find out exactly for yourself how easy it is. Now, I was actually just moving on to another slide. This is Max Bounty. Now, Max Bounty, it's all about CPA. This is linked to really what I was talking to you about earlier. And for those of you who are not familiar, for those of you who don't know what CPA stands for, CPA stands for cost per action. And it's slightly different to the average affiliate network. Now, normally, as I've already shown you, for example, Amazon, you have to make a sale, and to make a sale, you get your commission. So, like I said, on Amazon, you get paid anywhere between 10 to 15% commission of whatever that you sold. Now, excuse me, with CPA is completely different. You don't actually need to necessarily have to have made a sale to make commission. In fact, most of the offers are actually free. And if you actually get people to sign up for free, you still get something back. You'll still get a form of commission. So let's just take an example, and let's just say we look at health products, because, I don't know, health products, weight loss products, it's a new year, people have new year resolutions, etc. Health people are still health conscious, and I know some people in my family, again, they're very health conscious people. But look, with this, you've actually got the ability, so say for example, you've got a site, and what they're doing is they're actually giving loads of free samples about health products, so weight loss products, or people who want to gain protein or gain mass, for example, they gym a lot. Now, with Max Bounty, you've actually got the ability to trial the product. You've got the ability to trial a free sample, and what CPA does, it actually takes advantage of the fact that people who will try the product will eventually want to purchase. So effectively, it's called the back end. So the more people sign up at the front, the more people that trial the product, that take the free sample, then the more people will eventually filter through the end. Now, this is all part of lead generation, okay? It's really generating as many leads as you can for the business. And that is the world of Max Bounty. So as you can see on the right-hand side, again, this is, we're talking 1 day's earning. So that's $1,291.64. The previous day, $2,336.45. And again, on that particular month, so this, I think this is going up, again, I plucked this out for a month in the past couple of years, just to show you really that this isn't something that literally I made yesterday and I'm promoting today. This is something that I've actually been using for quite some time, okay? And again, this is just one income stream. There's more than aware people don't make this, okay? So again, I'm doing this kind of money really on a monthly basis. Now, as you saw, I'm sure John Hope on the right-hand side on the chat box, he did say, look, we've got new 2013 income shots coming right up. And this is from 2 weeks ago, okay? So again, you should be able to see the date on this, 29th March 2013. So again, this is over Easter. But as you can see, early part of this month, you're still talking 4 figures daily basis, $2,046.74. 3rd of April, that was a Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays ago, $4,787.42 on 1 day's earnings. Now, again, that's pretty good day. You know, if you're asking me, again, some people, that might not be much money. For me, that's a pretty good day's earning, okay? I'm sure a lot of people, you can relate to me out there, that's not bad to take home off 1 day's earning, is it? But again, you know, this is something that I've been using for quite some time. I've been using since 2011, 2012, and really fine-tuning. And fine-tuning to the extent where I'm generating easily over 4 figures a day. In fact, I can see just a comment on the right-hand side here. I've got a comment here from a gentleman called Jamie. Jamie's saying, well, what happened on 29th to the 31st? Again, Jamie, what actually happened? Those were Easter holidays. And as I said, what we actually do, we want to make sure you're getting a system that's ever evolving, that you're actually getting access to a system that's always being changed to be able to perform at the maximum performance level that it can. And again, what happened is we switched off the system to make sure, just to really test the changes that really it could use. And you can see, as soon as we switched it on, $2,046, $5,241. You know, that's not bad for 1 day's earnings, is it? Again, this is another day. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, I thought you switched off the system. But again, it wasn't a case of we switched off the system. We didn't. You could still keep it running in the background. And as it was running, it was still generating me earnings. But you can see, as soon as we switched it back on, so 2 weeks ago, we're still talking $1,201.57. This is 3rd of April 2013. So I know on the 3rd of April, I was making $1,656.86. This was this month. I know what I earned on the 3rd of April. The question is, I hope you know what you can earn, but more importantly, you know what you want to earn, because what I'm going to show you, it's really going to change your life. It's going to give you a key to change your life for the better, okay? And finally, this is another ClickSure account. And again, you can still see, look, we're still talking this month. So I'm not talking from, 2-3 years ago now. I'm talking literally 11 days ago. In fact, today's the 15th. So yeah, that is 11 days ago. I actually took 2,823 clicks on that particular day. Now, again, people are thinking, well, what's clicks? That's effectively how many times a person clicked on the particular link that my software was promoting. So again, as you can see, 2nd of April, that's 5,763 clicks off 1 day. That's pretty impressive. And again, I'll actually show you this as we go along. We'll go into something called earnings per click as well. Some of you, again, you might be familiar with it. If you're not, don't worry, I'll explain it to you. But again, it's all designed to be very easy to understand. Again, this is another quick click show, and this is Daily's click as well from another account, but you can see, easily 4 figures on a daily basis. 2050, 2023, nearly 2,500, 3018, 30th of March, wow, 5,155. I presume that's a lot of people at Easter. They've probably got the day off, they're sitting at home, they're surfing the net as well. Now, this is Google AdSense. Again, we're not talking, a couple of years ago. We're talking, this is something that I've actually showed you of one day in $19,615.61. That is one day. And again, that's using Google AdSense. So I'm not using anything tricky or anything that's, under the carpet that you've never seen before. This is on a Google AdSense account, okay? Fantastic. This is another account, $35,908.44. This is on Amazon as well. Now again, as I'm going along, you can see, the figures, they're pretty much consistent, they're pretty much constant. This isn't something that, literally I have to worry about or I have to keep on changing. I only use this for an hour a day, and I still generate the kind of traffic that you're seeing in front of you. Now, this is the daily sales summary. This is actually one final thing from ClickBank. Again, it looks slightly different from what a lot of people have on ClickBank, or some people ask me, where do I find this? I don't have this on my account. Now, this is called the master account. Now, the master account, it's only given to people who can make money consistently on their account. And what it does, it consolidates the number of different accounts that you have on the actual system. And what it does, it gives you the chance to overview your account, and more importantly, see which accounts are making money, and also see what's working, what isn't. So the blue collar, for example, that's actually related to bodybuilding. That's a niche that's very popular at the moment. Again, like I said earlier on, people want to have healthy bodies, they want to gain mass. You can see, by the strength of the bar as we go along down this daily sales summary, you can see we've got some pretty big blue blocks as we go along. Okay. Now, listen, guys, I'm not showing you all of this just to, impress you. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm making, because I haven't got time for that. I'm here to show you exactly what's possible. So YouTube, you can create this. You can create an amazing income for you and your family. Okay, you can see what kind of money is possible with this system. And that's what's important, right? If you add up a few of these screenshots, you're looking at a clear $100,000 a month business right in front of your eyes. And look, like I said earlier on, this takes me just 1 hour a day. But to be honest, look, I've got way more accounts and I've got plenty more screenshots. I just wanted to show you really what's possible with this system. So look, this is where I am right now. For you, however, you have to get started somewhere, okay? And our first goal tonight is to get you making $100 a month. Then showing you how to scale it to go from 4 figures to 5 figures to even 6 figures a month super fast. And look, there's something else I want to make really clear from the offset. And I said it earlier, I don't make money by teaching people how to make money online. That's not what I do, okay? I enjoy my life. I enjoy working my system just an hour a day. And I spend time with my family. I spend time living life and just being happy. This is a foolproof system that works in any niche. It works in any market. You're going to be surprised at the weird markets and niches that I've uncovered with this system. Now, another thing that's so cool about this system is you don't even have to have an interest in the niches you're going to be making money in, because, in fact, look, I actually feel myself getting a bit excited. I'm trying to actually stop myself from speaking too fast. And look, I'm actually really excited about what I'm going to share with you, because I know it's going to work for everyone who tries it. All you have to do is take action, follow the steps, and it will work for you. Now, just before we get started, really drill into what I'm going to show you, what I need you to understand is I don't spend any money on the traditional methods of paid traffic generation. You know, things like Google PPC, pay-per-view, Facebook ads. That's not what I do. I'm not a slave to the search engines. You're not going to catch me spending hours and hours optimizing web pages, trying to rank on page 1 of Google. Look, there's no need to mess about with any of that with what I'm going to show you. Now, with any luck, you know, I hope you're starting to get that feeling that this isn't the usual type of rubbish that gets pushed down your throats online, okay? Now, when I actually first started, before I actually stumbled on this system, I was that guy. I was spending hours doing SEO. I was, you know, commenting on blogs and forums. I was literally begging webmasters to link me. And the thing was, you know, my persistence, it was slowly paying off. I was getting results. I had a number of sites in Google's top 3 positions. It was getting me traffic and sales. And, you know, at that time, you know, I was fairly happy, and I thought I'd found a solid system. But look, if you've been in marketing for any amount of time, I'm sure you'll know Google, they're always changing the rules and what it takes to really rank well in their search engines, okay? And it can be really unnerving when you actually wake up one day and you realize, look, Google's just done an update. All the work you've done, you know, all the SEO works, all the commenting on blogs and forums, you know, all the webmasters that you're getting in touch with, all that work after the update, you know, just to get your pages to high positions, that's been done for nothing. All your pages, they've been dropped overnight by Google, and subsequently, all your traffic and sales, they've dropped to nothing overnight. You see, look, when that happens, ultimately, you're forced to find a more reliable solution, a solution to drive traffic to your offers. And that's how I actually came across this method. Now, it's worth noting, traffic is where it's all at. Without traffic coming to your website, you don't have a business. In fact, look, without traffic, you haven't even got an income. Forget business, there's nothing even coming in. Hence, that's what I'm going to focus on right here. Looking at how to bring you a shed load of traffic at your control. In fact, by the time we're finished, you're going to lose control where the traffic is coming from. But all you're going to know is it's coming and you're making money. In fact, look, when I actually look back, the answer came out of pure frustration. You know, it came out of a pure consistent need to pay my bills and really support myself. And I'm sure most of you, in fact, I hope a lot of you can relate to that, because that's why you're on this webinar right now. And I think what makes my system unique is it's not actually based on a loophole type system that, you know, works for a little while then stops. This is based on a solid foundation of user interaction. The core fundamental principles that make this work, they're going to be around forever. And you're going to start to understand in just a moment. Look, as I said earlier, I've never revealed this strategy publicly to anyone. I've only revealed it to close friends and family members, and just a few beta testers, you know, when we initially got the system up and running. Now, when Julian and the people and the team at Tube Launch Team, when they started to approach me, you know, they approached me about sharing the system with their elite members, I said no. But after a lot of persuading, you know, back and forth, I caved in. Now, this is a powerful method, okay? And to make this work, you need to get rid of all the miseducation that you've been fed about making money online. In fact, look, let me actually start by explaining a bit about the background on this system and the reason why I'm doing this. And it's twofold. Look, one is to show you the thought process that went into this. Because look, if you can actually see the thought process that I applied to this, you can use that. Okay? You can use that thought process to what you're doing right now. And you can combine this thinking to what you've been learning, and it'll all come together for you. And also to show you the nuts and bolts of how this came about. Now, before I actually started doing anything online, you know, I was working on a factory floor. I know it's sad to admit it, but that's what I was doing, okay? I was working on a factory floor for a parcel company. It was a big parcel company. I'm sure most of you in America are probably familiar with it, but my job, I was standing on the conveyor belt all day, and I was picking and sorting parcels into their relevant post or their zip code order for you in America, and the drivers would come, they would pack it, they would deliver it to the customers. Now, look, to say the job was mundane, that would be an outright understatement. The pain was barely minimum wage. But I lived on my own. I lived in this little one-bedroom studio flat, and I had to pay my rent each month. So, look, after a long day's work, I'd come home. As you can see on the screen now, that's my, it's very similar to my one-bedroom studio flat. But look, I'd come home. I'd actually turn on my little crappy little laptop that was actually given to me as a second-hand laptop, and I actually had to piggyback off my neighbour's internet connection. In fact, but don't tell him, all right? But when I look back in comparison to what I have now, those were some pretty bad times for me. But the one thing that kept me going was this single idea. I could find a way just to make a little bit of extra cash online, and I could build upon it. Now, I quickly fell into a trap of buying lots and lots of products with money, and I didn't have. And I was maxing out more than one credit card. In fact, look, if any of you got that experience, give me a shout out in the chat box. I would actually follow the steps word by word in all these, money-making products, and for some reason, my experience was just awful. I just couldn't get any of these systems that I was buying to work. It was like the people giving the training, they were purposely leaving out vital information. And look, it wasn't for a lack of trying. It wasn't for a lack of taking action. Every night I would sit up till the early hours of the morning trying to make something work, anything. And the reason why I didn't give up, the reason was because I knew there were people out there making money online. And I told myself I just hadn't cracked the code yet. However, in the back of my mind, I actually knew I had to get something working quickly and fast, because I had my creditors on my back. They were sending me red letters, threatening me with all types of legal action. I actually remember one night, now I'm thinking back to it, I remember one night I was going through my notes, and I started piecing together a few bits from all the different systems that I'd been learning. And I actually tried something new that, in essence, it went against everything that I was being told to do. And it wasn't long after, I actually had a moment of clarity, an epiphany, if you'd like to say. I actually got something to work, and it was my first sell, and I actually still remember that amount. It was $37.43. Now, I'm not exactly talking millions, but it's pretty exciting to me nevertheless, and it showed me the possibility and really the potential path in front of me. Now, the funny thing was, the reason I actually got this sell, it actually had nothing to do with all those so-called gurus, with all those money-making products people were throwing down my throat. It had nothing to do with what the gurus were telling me. And I kept experimenting, and it wasn't long before, I had a few little things that I was doing, and it was making me money. And like I said, look, it wasn't nothing spectacular at first, but the important thing was I was making progress. And I actually started getting, $40 a day, $67 a day, and $100 a day, which was amazing. And after a bit of time, I got these systems that I'd created to a point where I was consistently making this amount of money. And then it hit me, the first $1,000 a day. I still remember that feeling when I saw my commission figure hit that. I thought, I'd cracked the code. I was so excited. And I remember, maybe it was a bit naive, but shortly after, I went to my boss and I said, look, that's it. I quit my job, and I wanted to focus completely on my online endeavors. I wanted to do it full time. Now, in hindsight, you can hear it from my voice, it was a bit of a mistake, because well over half the money I was making was coming from traffic my web pages were getting from Google. And, as I told you earlier, that dreaded day came that I told you about. And Google, they changed the rules, and it literally took out almost all my pages overnight. It was a massive blow, Now, however, I still had a system. I still had a system left that I'd created. You know, the one that I'm going to show you shortly that was making me a little bit of money. It was nowhere near the amount I was making with Google traffic, but it was consistent. And the more I actually looked into it, the more I started seeing and creating ways to scale that income. As I actually did this, I had another key moment where I actually realized unless the whole world actually stops using the internet, or even if the internet just stopped working for the whole world, this system that I'm actually going to show you, it's going to continue to work forever. I was actually at that stage where I was making more money than I was at a job. And the only thing I actually do was that to maintain this level of income, I actually had to work double the hours. You know, I had no life just to be able to maintain the level of income. I actually got to a stage where I felt blocked. You know, I thought I'd hit a ceiling where it became physically impossible for me to scale my income anymore with this system. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, I was making good money. My system was making me anywhere from, you know, $5,000 to $7,000 a month. And the thing is, the work that it took me to maintain that level of income meant I literally had to be tied to my computer all day, every day. You know, I hadn't socialized with my friends and my family for months. I actually kept thinking at the time, you know, if I could duplicate myself, maybe train up a few members of staff to do what I was doing, maybe we can all leverage our effort and increase my income. But there was one fundamental flaw with this idea, and the flaw was as soon as I actually trained somebody into the system, they wouldn't need me any lot more. They'd go off and they'd start making the money all for themselves. And to tell you the truth, look, I wouldn't blame them. I knew there had to be a better way, but I just couldn't see it. And the answer was actually closer than I thought. Now, I don't know, maybe it was the law of attraction at work or some form of manifestation, but my answer came from a chance meeting with an old friend at the supermarket, actually, of all places. We were chatting and we were catching up, and he actually mentioned at the time that I work for a software house, and you know, as a programmer, he was creating corporate software solutions for companies. Now, when he actually mentioned that, I think a light bulb, you know, something went off in my head, you know, alarm bells went off in my head. And I actually explained to him briefly, you know, this is what I was doing, you know, what I was doing online. And I actually asked him, look, if I actually use the software to automate this, you know, how much do you think a company would charge for me, you know, just to create a software, automated all these steps, just to make it as easy as possible, so that everything I was doing currently manually by hand could be done in one automated software. Now, he actually thought about it for a few seconds. He said, look, I'll give you a rough estimate, Charlie, but you're probably still talking about 3 to 4 months to complete. You know, you're still talking about £450 a day for the programming, and that in total, you know, times 3 to 4 months, that's still £45,000 to £55,000 to get that type of project done. Now, just to give you an idea, in US for American dollars, you know, you're still talking anywhere between $70,000 to $80,000. You know, my heart, it completely sunk. I thought I had the solution. In fact, I had the solution, but there was no way I could afford to pay that type of money. And I asked him, I said, look, how much are you going to charge? Maybe just to do it in your spare time. And he actually said, look, for you, Charlie, let's say half the original price. So roughly that worked out, you know, at about £25,000. And again, you're still talking $40,000. It was still way too much for me. Now, what you've got to remember is I was making, you know, $5,000 to $7,000 a month manually with my system. Now, in British pound sterling, that's not more than £4,000, and that's not bad. If that's all you wanted to earn was maybe a couple of thousand more than the average UK or the average American worker. Of course, I wanted more, but it wasn't because I was greedy. It was because I knew that by having a software to automate what I was doing manually, it would increase my income tenfold with only a small fraction of the effort and work. So look, I knew there was a better way. and I actually decided to invite my friend. I decided to invite him to my house, well, to my little one-bedroom flat, and I actually showed him exactly what I was doing with my system and proved to him how much it was making me every month. Now, after going through it with him, it was a bit like a light bulb went off in his head, because when he realized he could be part of something that was currently making $5,000 to $7,000 a month, but with his programming skills, it could be 10 times more effective. And he actually started pacing the room. He was mumbling to himself, and he actually then turned around, looked at me and said, "Charlie, look, I can automate this for you. I can turn your system into an automated software solution, and I'll actually build your software for you in my spare time at no cost on one condition." Now, I was thinking at that time, like, anything, absolutely anything. What can I do for you to help me to make my life easier? And it actually all ended up that all I actually do was to teach him how to do what I was currently doing, but with the automated software approach that he was going to build. To me, that was a no-brainer. I shook his hand and I said, "Deal instantly." Now, he actually got to work on the software shortly after, and it actually took him 6 whole months to actually have a complete, fully functional version of the software ready. Now, it was a few months after the software had been built that I actually met Julie and some of the people from the Tube launch team. And I actually discussed at the time about the opportunity of working together. Now, we got to know each other and we kept in contact, and we always shared ideas with each other. And I think that's what actually allowed us to get on so well, that we'd both been through similar struggle to really get to where we are now. And they were doing some pretty cool things over there at Tube Launch. They were making money online, but I think what caught their attention about me and why really they kept hounding me about sharing my system with their elite members was the fact that I was making well over $100,000 a month with my optimized software system, and I was barely spending an hour a day to maintain it. Look, like I said at first, I was completely against the idea. I'd only shown this system to my programmer, my family, and a few close friends. And I was adamant. I didn't want this system that I'd worked so hard on to be used by any Tom, Dick, and Harry online. In fact, look, if your name's Tom, Dick, or Harry, I'm going to apologize, all right? I don't mean to be critical. But look, the fact was, I didn't need to show this system to anyone outside my close circle of friends and family. And they were making great money with it as well. But look, if you get to know the team at Tube Launch, if you get to know Julie, they don't get to where they were by taking no for an answer. They kept working at me, and after a little while of, going back and forth, finally I caved in and I agreed. And as part of the deal, I made a promise to them that I would expose the exact step by step of what I was doing and what I am doing to make money, to make this software work. But Julie and the team at Tube Launch, they had to agree that, I would allow only to make this software available to a small handful of the most elite members. So look, with the deal done, here I am, as agreed, and I'm actually going to show you right now the exact system that I use every day to bank some serious cash. I hope you're excited, because I'm going to be bringing you into the inner circle. Because look, even though I was a bit reluctant to show you this at first, to reveal this, I'm actually really excited. In fact, I hope you can hear it from my voice. I'm really excited to share this publicly for the first time to just a few people who hopefully will actually become part of my close circle of friends and make some great money as well. Potentially, not only something cool, but also something that's going to change your life and change the life of the people around you. And look, if I change it for the good, that's even better. So, I'm going to run you through my whole process. I'm going to run you through from start to finish. And by the end of this webinar, you're going to actually have a complete blueprint of what allows me to create real money on demand. So, what I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to fire up what my programmer friend has put together. And remember, this took him 6 whole months to complete. And if you actually took this project to a software house to build for you, it'll set you back at least £40,000 to £50,000. So you're still talking anywhere between $70,000 to $80,000. This isn't a cheap software put together by some Mickey Mouse software outfit for a few grand. What you're actually going to see is a corporate grade software, okay? This is a corporate grade automated software solution that allows me to live the life some people, they can only dream of. Now what you need to remember, I've actually shown you my income streams. My programmer, my friends, and my family, they've all got their own, and they're all doing very well from this. When I was actually confident enough to show this to my friends and family, I decided to put together a whole load of instruction videos just to make it easy for them to work out how to use the software and how to actually take advantage. And for a select few, this is going to be available for you tonight. The funny thing is, I've actually also got my mother-in-law making money with this system. I can't believe it. She hasn't got a clue even how to use a computer. But I've shown her the step-by-step directions. And look, if she can do it, you can definitely do this. Now, with all that said and done, I'm actually going to walk right into this, okay? I want to walk you through from start to finish exactly what I do to make well over $1,000 a day, all right? Now, the software I'm actually going to show you is called Social Traffic Income, okay? The software is called Social Traffic Income. Now, what you're actually seeing now, this is the start page. So let me just give a full screen there. This is the start page, and now I hope you like the look of this because it's a pretty cool looking piece of software. In fact, it's set out to work very easily because if I'm using it, if I'm going to use this software, I want to make sure it's as easy to use as possible. Because even though I'm good with ideas, I'm not a techie geek. I'm not some kind of techie whiz kid that talks about servers and virtual machines, etc. I like things to be as easy to use as possible. I also want to say up front, look, I'm not one of those guys or one of those people that use tons of tools and different softwares and different systems. Look, what you see here is the only software system that I use to get the amazing results that I showed you, okay? It's called Social Traffic Income, okay? So look, this is the software that I use to do everything to build my income streams online. It's actually worth taking some notes on some of those niches on the left-hand side there. Some of you are probably familiar with it, some of you might not be. So we've got a number of different projects that I've actually recently implementing. So you've got movie trailers, again, we'll actually go into that. DIY, I don't know, as I've already seen, some of you from all different parts of the world. DIY, some of you are probably familiar with it. If not, DIY stands for do it yourself. So we're talking about things like fitting a new kitchen in or putting a new shower in. I'm not good with that kind of stuff. It's not something I'm particularly keen on, but as I go along, I'm going to show you, you don't even need to be keen on the particular niches. You don't even need to be interested on them. PC repair, computer games, there's a bodybuilding. We're actually going to go into that, so just keep an eye on that. Now, to tell you the truth, I fire this up for about an hour a day, but I'm so used to using it, it literally takes me about 30 to 40 minutes. And the only reason why I actually say an hour is because when you actually first start using it, it's going to take you about an hour a day just to start, and once you're used to it, you can literally get in and out in about 40 minutes. Now, what you have to remember is this was actually a manual system. This was taking me hours every day to maintain, and it was just too much work to do manually. It was too much to scale up, and that's why me and my programming friend, he got involved, and he actually turned this into an automated software just for me. And look, all I do, I crank this out, I spend less than an hour a day, and I make more than 20 times the amount I was making when I was doing it manually. And look, this is something you'll never have seen before, okay? I've actually designed this to be a step-by-step system because I've got a few friends and family using it, and I wanted to make it as easy as possible for them to use as well. So, let me just get started. Really, when opening this software, let me just show you really where things get started. Now, you should be able to see here, the first tab here is called New Project. So again, first you'll see New Project. If you open that up, you'll see a new screen pops up. Now, the New Project screen is effectively you saying, look, I want to start something brand new, a new project. This is where you will start when you open this software, okay? Now, the first thing you'll see is New Project Name. Again, that's pretty straightforward. That's the name of the project or the niche that you're going to be creating. Now, it's worth noting at this point, in all the windows, everything is laid out to be very simple. In fact, look, you've only got to hover your mouse over the information button and it shows you a red box with white writing in it, which basically means, all the information that you need to be entering. So, for example, look, if I hover my mouse over the project name, it should say, the name of the project that you want to create. So look, this has been designed to be as easy to use as possible. So in every single field in the software, if you hover your mouse over the information button, it should be pretty self-explanatory, okay? There's information buttons everywhere just to show you exactly what you need to do at each point. In fact, look, we've got quite a big support team as well, but I'm going to talk to you about that a bit later because they'll be there to help you and to guide you as well. Now, as I said, the first thing you've got is the new project name. So again, you can type in anything. So let's say, for example, we typed in movie trailers, for example. So again, that says trailers about new upcoming movies that are coming. Now, the next two boxes, you've got the YouTube app name and the YouTube developer key. Now, the app name and the developer key, they're part of the same sort of thing. In fact, the developer key in particular is also known as an API. Now, some of you might know it, others might not be as familiar. Now, if you don't know, don't worry. It's technical jargon. You don't really need to know. But what you do need to know is you need to get one in order for the software to start working. Now, what this software does, what it's going to do, it's going to be interacting with a very well-known site that you've probably all heard of. In fact, you've probably seen, we've got a little picture here, YouTube. Okay, you're probably all familiar with YouTube. You probably noticed the YouTube logo on the software, but it's important to recognize we're not going to be using YouTube the same way that you go about using YouTube. We're going to be using YouTube in a very innovative and a very different way to the way it's normally being used. And again, I'm going to explain this as we go along. So, go back to what you need to do is you need to get a YouTube app name and a YouTube developer key, which means what we'll be doing is we'll be allowing the software and YouTube to interact and communicate with each other even if we're not there, which basically is what that key allows you to do. It allows my laptop, it allows my computer, it allows it to run and interact with YouTube even when I'm not there, which means, look, as long as it's on, as long as YouTube's working, it's going to be working through the night or ultimately whenever it's on. In terms of how it works and when it works, I'll show you that as we go along. But just so you know, it's constantly working as long as both the software and YouTube is up and running. Now, next you've got the download file path. Again, you don't have to worry about that too much right now. And underneath that, you've got project type. Now, there's two types of projects, okay? You've got the media hijacker and you've got the media monetizer. I'm actually going to get started with the media monetizer project. And in fact, look, I'm actually going to get started and open one of the projects that's currently being used and, currently being used, and it's already been up and running with this for a while. And this is a pretty big niche right now. So, as I was saying earlier, you've got the movie trailers. Now, movie trailers, they're pretty massive. I'm sure they explain for themselves. They're a massive market. And, there's always new movies coming out, and there's always people, they want to go watch the movie trailers before they decide, or they want to make an opinion whether they want to spend the money to go watch the movie. And look, this is a pretty big niche that exists online, okay, movie trailers. Now, just bear with me. I'm just going to take a quick sip of water. Just bear with me. Okay. Now, inside this area of movie trailers, you can see we've got a snapshot of the media monetizer. Now, this is the media monetizer project we've got right here, and down here we've got the video search snapshot, which shows you what the software is looking for right now. Now, what you're actually going to do is you're going to tell the software to search for something on YouTube, but you're going to do that from a very different way from how you normally search for something on YouTube. So look, if you actually look at the top left-hand side, there's a tab that says Search Criteria. Now, if you actually click on the search criteria, you're going to get a new window that pops up, which itself already is a list of things that the software is searching for at the moment. So, as you should be able to see in this box, we've got quite a number of different movies. So we've got The Dark Knight Rises, Resident Evil, Retribution, Silent Hills, Revelations 3D, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Taken 2. We've got The Ambassador, that's 2016, Obama's America. But you can see it's already got a number of movies, movie trailers that the software is searching for all the time. Now, all the movies that they've come out relatively recently, you can actually add movies to this that maybe they're due to come out. In fact, I don't know if you're familiar, that there are actually websites out there that will actually inform you years in advance, that will tell you the movie's coming out, which actors are casting in it, and etc. Maybe some of you are familiar with it. It's called imdb.com. It's a really cool site, and you can actually use it to get into this niche really quickly. And again, it's a really good idea to be taking notes right now. I didn't plan to say any of this in terms of, IMDb or anything about the movie trailer, but that's a really good niche. So look, you can actually put a name of a different movie. So say, for example, we put James Bond at Skyfall. You can actually add that into the movie trailer, and what I'll do, you can actually decide to whether that's a new niche or a new project that you want to actually implement. Now, what you actually do, once you put the name of the movie into the keyword box, the software will actually go onto YouTube and find videos linked to that particular movie. Now, once you've actually found those particular videos, you want to find the most popular videos. So the ones that, really are getting in front of people, that people are actually watching. So at the bottom, you should be able to see we've got two criteria here. One's called minimum views and one's called minimum increased views. Okay? So let's say, for example, you put minimum number of views, 60,000. What that basically means is, if it doesn't have 60,000 views, the software will automatically just ignore it. The next tab says minimum increase views. Now, what the minimum increase views is, it's actually showing on a daily basis how many people are watching it, which means whether it's trending or not. So, for example, the more trending the video is, the more people are watching it. So, I don't know if you know... the compilations, fail compilations. People are doing silly things, whether they're falling over or they're doing pranks on each other. It's got a huge audience. People are watching it on a day-by-day basis, which basically means it's really popular. Okay, so look, the minimum views, it's simply showing videos that are trending and only trending. I'm not interested in people sitting at home recording themselves unless it's got 4,000 new people watching it every day. Okay, unless it's got that, it's not even going to show in my search results. Now, for some of you who actually get the ability to use this software for themselves and actually test the movie trailer project, you're going to be realizing how quickly some videos get 100,000 views on a daily basis. I actually just want to be conservative at the moment. And like I said, the first target for you is to get you up to $100 a day. Once you're there, you're going to be able to scale that up again. But again, I want to highlight 60,000 views, 4,000 minimum increased views on a daily basis. That isn't much. I'm going to show you the power of YouTube. It is phenomenal. Okay, I'm going to show you this as we go. Now, I've actually got some people on the right-hand side saying, I can see I've got a Stephen here saying, in fact, I don't know what particular niche I want to get involved. I'm confused. Look, that's an interesting thing that you bring up, Stephen. The bottom part of this box, you should be seeing, it says YouTube feeds. Now, what this is basically YouTube showing you what the most popular video is of each particular criteria. So, if you click on YouTube feeds, you should see we've got 6 different options here. So, you've got most viewed, you've got top rated, recently featured, watched on mobile, watch on mobile, most responded, and most recent. So let's say, for example, we were to add most viewed, we were to add most responded, and finally let's add top rated, for example. Those are three pretty much common with whenever I actually use a YouTube feed project. But what that is, it's basically information that's updated all the time, which means a lot of the hard work is done for you. So back to your example, Stephen, you know, even if you're not particularly sure which particular niche you want to go into, YouTube will actually search that particular niche. And if that video's got a significant number of views, so if it's most viewed, if it's got, you know, most responded, so most commented, or even top rated, it's top rated. Or for example, you might see that, look, it's a new trend or a new category. You can actually see that in your search results. So most commented, basically, you'll know people, they're actually commenting. There's a significant amount of interaction, basically, which means, look, the video, it could be really good, it could be really controversial. It means people are talking about it, people are clicking on it, and more importantly, people are going to be able to get in front of your link. Now, the more we narrow it down, we can actually narrow it down again to the minimum views and again the minimum increase views. Now look, these are things that are integrated into this software to make it as easy to use as possible. And again, it's you that's going to, if that's you, it's going to help you get started really quickly. And look, you're going to find it really quickly, whatever your niche is, you're going to be able to find how quick it is to be able to get yourself up and running. So look, once we've got our search criteria, we obviously want to get this software running, which is what will actually happen next. It'll actually go out there and it'll actually start looking for these videos online. And when it comes back, it's going to start looking for the ones that are really popular. Now, in the meantime, what you actually need to do, you actually need to add your YouTube accounts. Now, we actually have quite a number of different accounts for each different project. And in fact, I suggest you have at least 4 to 5 different accounts, because what it means is for each project, it'll have a different account, which means it'll be easier to track, and also the software will run faster. Now, you can see, look, we've created loads, but you should be able to see MM, that's the media monetizer. Now, the objective of this software is not here to create videos. Look, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in editing or anything difficult. People are out there, they create their content. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to leverage their effort, and we're going to make money from it. Hence, everyone wins. People who own the video, they get something, the viewers get something, and you get something, which is actually something to bear in mind. Now, you can see the media monetizer has actually got none uploaded at the moment, but we've still got over 600 messages being sent. So what that's done is the software has actually gone to this particular account. It's actually sent nearly 700 messages. And I'll show you just what the video says. But the message goes to the people who the video belonged to, or who've actually posted the video onto YouTube, to be more precise. Now, let's just do a quick example. Say, for example, you found someone who's posted a video about the new James Bond movie Skyfall. Let's say, for hypothetically speaking, let's say hypothetically George he's posted the James Bond trailer, or maybe George has put a review or his opinion about the movie, and he's just got a ton of comments. Now, in this case, what will actually happen is, if you go to the messenger settings and go to templates, which again, it's all loaded into the software for you, it'll actually send a message to George. And I'll actually say, hey George, hey man, I saw your video titled James Bond Skyfall, and I'll be happy to pay some money via PayPal to have a link from my website in the description area of your video. Let me know by reply if you're interested. My channel, again, that'd probably say Charlie. That'd say Charlie, my name. But again, all you're doing is you're basically sending George, who's actually posted the trailer on Skyfall, a message. okay, which effectively gives and provides the opportunity to channel traffic to your niche, which, look, as I explained earlier, this is the reason why we're here. All we have to do is provide a link, which means whoever actually views that particular video, whoever goes on George's video with the trailer about James Bond and Skyfall, they're going to have a better idea, not only about James Bond, but anything related to James Bond, whether it's pre-ordering the DVD, whether we're talking about ordering the James Bond tuxedo, or ordering James Bond, I don't know, merchandise, anything. You know, there's loads of James Bond stuff online. Now, I'm actually going to show you some of the responses that we get from the people. And in fact, the whole process of what I'm going to go through, I'm actually going to show you now. I actually missed this out on the last slide on that PowerPoint presentation. But what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to simplify this just so you can see step by step of everything that I've actually shown you. So look, let's just go back to the slides. Let me just put this full screen. And this is the final slide that I actually purposely kept from you. Now, this final slide walks you through the whole process. And I'm actually going to read it out to you again. So you type in your keyword, and let's use that example. The keyword here is going to be James Bond Skyfall. You set your view criteria. You only want 60,000 views minimum. You want to see 4,000 views on a daily basis. Okay? After that, the software actually goes and brings back trending videos based on your keyword. So the software, like I said, it will interact with YouTube and will actually search based on the criteria that you've put in. The software would automatically send a message to the YouTube channel owner. So again, going back to our example, hey George, I saw your video and I'd like to pay you an amount of money to get a link in the description area of your video. George will send you a response. He'll say, hey man, you know, let's say for example, not a problem, here's my PayPal address, and you know, it will be up in a matter of, by the end of the day. George will actually go and place your link in their video description. Now what will actually happen is a percentage of the people that view that video, they will click on your link or your offer. And some of those people that click, a percentage will actually buy. Ka-ching, you've just made your commission. Now, again, I'm going to read through that just so you can see how simple it is. I'm going to walk through that process again. You type in a keyword, James Bond Skyfall. You set your view criteria. I only want 60,000 minimum views, 4,000 people watching it daily. Again, those are very conservative figures. I'm going to show you how conservative in just a moment. The software interacts with YouTube and it brings back results based on your search criteria and keywords. The software automatically sends a message to the YouTube channel owner, you get a response, and you place a link in their video description. A percentage of the people that view that video will click on your link or offer. Even if it's 1%, 1% of 1,000, that's not bad for one day. Again, some of that percentage will buy. Ka-ching, you've just made commission off the back of those people that have just bought it. Look, the software that I'm actually showing you, it's given me the ability to leverage my time, and the software, it's a tried and tested formula. The software basically means I'm not spending 16 hours in front of my screen anymore. In fact, I did promise some of you I was going to show you some of the responses from YouTube. So let's do that right now. Let me just show you some of the responses that we get from YouTube. Now, this is from one of the many accounts that I have, and just to show you an example, I've got a message here back from Junis95. This is actually based on the Kerry Hilson Pretty Girl Rock video remix alongside Kanye West. Now, this is an R&B niche. Now, Junis95, she had a video called Pretty Girl Rock. She posted, and what we did, in fact, what the software actually did, it actually found this video, and it checked whether it had the right number of views. It also checked, in fact, I didn't actually mention this earlier, it checked whether it didn't have a link already in the video description. In fact, look, there's no point finding a video with a link in its description already. Now, once it's done that, the software sends a message automatically to Junus95, as I showed you earlier. And again, it automatically finds the name of the person who owns it and who owns that channel, and it puts that name in the message before it even sends. So look, it looks like you've actually done, a little bit of research, you've done your homework, you found their name, you've done a bit of work before you've actually sent it off. It's not something, you're just sending off to random people. But look, the truth is, all you've done so far, you've put the details in the search criteria, and you click search, which again, that's all you've done so far. You could be doing anything in your life up to this point right now, because the software, it's going to be running in the background the whole time. Anyways, look, back to my point. Junus actually replied back. She came back to us and said, hi, I can do it for free. The link will be in the video today. And what I want to make you aware, this is pretty uncommon. The fact that Junus is actually giving us traffic for free, most people, they're going to take the money. Now, I actually saw some people actually on the right-hand side. I think I saw Jason from Denmark, who actually said, how much money are we talking about? Now, Jason, we're talking very minimum. But look, different videos, they will vary. But ultimately, we're not talking anything more than $5 to $20. That is more than enough. Because look, all you're doing is putting a link in the video description. It's a space the channel owner might have left empty. They might have put nothing in there anyways. But if you think about it, you're getting traffic. The video owner, they're receiving a small fee for a little bit of work, and the viewer, they're getting something related to something they're already watching. So, let's say, for example, our bodybuilding niche, it could be about, protein products or local gyms in the area, for example. It could literally be about anything related to that particular niche. Now, you can see as I actually go along here, I think someone else actually gave me, wow, yeah, look, you can see here, this actual person, Viva Movie Trailers, this actual person has given me access to 50 different video links. Now, look, if you actually think about it, even if you get 500 people viewing each video every day, that's still 25,000 people a day. And let's be conservative. Let's say only 10% click on that link. We're still talking 2,500 people a day. In fact, look, I actually want to show you this a bit later, but just to really highlight, just to give you an idea about the statistics involved with YouTube. I actually put this up earlier on, but you can see the statistics speak really for themselves. I don't know, maybe some of you have seen this, maybe some of you haven't. 72 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute. Again, that's 72 hours of video. We're not talking 72 minutes. 72 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute. 800 million unique users view YouTube every month. That's pretty mad statistics, 800 million unique users view YouTube in fact, it's actually gone up. Last night, it's more than 1 billion unique users visit YouTube each month. That is just mad. In fact, I actually saw one statistic. It said 500 years of YouTube are watched every day on Facebook every day. Now think about that. YouTube is not just giving you access to the YouTube website. It's also giving you access to all the social content media websites out there. The fact that people link these things to social content. So again, I'm sure in time you've gone onto your Facebook main page. Again, I don't know what it's called. I haven't got a Facebook account, but if you go onto your main page when you log into Facebook, people post videos. Now imagine you actually posted a video and they actually went to the YouTube website off the back of that video. That's just, again, more traffic we're talking about. Now, let me just highlight some of that again. 4 billion hours of video are watched each month on YouTube alone. You know, these kind of statistics, I really hope they're hitting home, and I hope they're mind-boggling, because it really does prove to you the power and the audience that YouTube gets in front of. We're not talking about, you know, 2-3 people a day, or, you know, 200-300 people a day. You know, that's 1 billion unique users visit YouTube each month. In fact, let's actually break that down. Let's find out how many people we're talking on a daily basis. That's 1 million, that's 10 million, that's 100 million, that's 1 billion. If we divide that, for example, by 30, that's a mind-boggling figure. I'm not even going to waste my time trying to find out what that figure is. I think that's roughly 333 million, or yeah, somewhere along 333 million unique users visit YouTube each month. Again, I probably got that wrong, but I hope I'm showing you the kind of audience YouTube attracts. In fact, I've actually got some people, wow, I've got an Alex here. Alex has actually asked me, why don't video owners just put a link of their own affiliate themselves? Alex, that's a great question. And the reason why they don't is because they don't recognize how simple this really is. People are mentally taught to always look for a hard way to make money, even though the easy way is right in front of you. And that's why you're so lucky right now. Alex, you're so lucky to be shown what I'm actually showing you. Effectively, you're one of the few people who are actually getting first dibs of what I'm going to show you. Now, look, let me know if this is actually hitting home for you guys. Let me know if this is making sense. On the chat box, you know, let me know if this is sinking into your brain right now. I want to make sure this is the most beneficial webinar you've been on. So just let me know. In fact, let me ask you a question. Has anyone asked you, have you ever watched a video, or you've got to check this video out, it's completely amazing, or it's so inspiring? In fact, I think it was recently, one of my partner's friends told me about a video that was taken in Germany about this guy he went for a jump in an ice pool, and basically the guy thought he was jumping into the pool that was at thin ice. He didn't realize the ice actually went all the way through the pool, which meant when he landed, it didn't actually look pretty. But in fact, I'm just looking at the comments right now. I can see a lot of people have had that experience where they've actually been told to, you know, check a video out. People are telling me it actually happens to them all the time. Now, I was actually talking to my programmer friend one day, and you know, I was asking him, look, wouldn't it be really cool if we could actually get this somehow to work for us? In fact, I've just had a comment here. Fantastic. I've just had a comment here for Stephen. Stephen says, I share YouTube videos all the time. Now I can get rich. Stephen, that is great to hear now. This is where it gets really exciting. Now, I'm actually going to show you, if you actually click on the Add Channel link, what this actually does is, this actually shows you the ability to actually, in fact, let me do a bit of a case study. So I'm actually going to, in fact, why don't I ask you a question? You can tell me what's the biggest and the most popular, you know, most successful YouTube video of all time. Well, I've just got something like, wow, 900, yes, most of you are right, I'm not even going to, it's not a tick. Most of you are right, yeah, it's Gangnam Style. And of course, look, Gangnam Style, it's massively popular. It's a massive hit across the world. Now, let me just show you what the view count is on Gangnam Style right now. Okay, so you can see we've got quite, this is the official video. But you can see, again, that's a crazy number of people that have actually viewed this video, but you should be able to see that's nearly 15 billion views. That's pretty phenomenal. You can really see, you know, this is very popular. And this was only updated on 15th of July 2012. So we're talking, you know, give or take, what's that, nearly 8 months now? That's pretty crazy. In 8 months, you've got 1.5 billion views. So again, here's my question. Imagine if someone had actually asked you, have you watched Gangnam Style? Now, ask yourself two questions every time someone asks you to check a video. One, is this part of a trend? Now, if it's actually part of a trend, you can find videos that are part of the trend. So again, with Gangnam Style, you've got loads of trends. You've got people who are, popping up in the middle of the cities and who are copying and doing Gangnam Style in public. Or I saw a video of someone doing it at their wedding. I don't know why, but look, the first question you should ask, is this part of a trend? The second is, are there videos out there that I can monetize? Now, obviously with Gangnam Style, look, it's already got someone who's the owner of the video, and that's Psy. Pretty crazy guy, but you can see he's making a lot of money. Now, say for example, you actually scroll down the screen, you should see people who have updated videos on the right-hand side that are very similar to Gangnam Style. So again, as you go down, you should see, you've got the lyrics, you've actually got some Gangnam Style videos that people are doing. So if we actually click on Gangnam Style, you've got covers, you've got dancer routines, you've got the lyrics, you've got a whole different things. But again, this shows you actually, really all the different areas you can monetize from. So you're not just monetizing just from Gangnam Style's main video, you're actually monetizing from so much more. So if we can scroll down, you've got live of it, you've got Gangnam Style versus Deadpool, I don't even know what that is, but you should be able to see, you've got people doing covers. Now, you can actually add links to all these different videos that I'm actually showing you right now. Now, let's actually look at a particular video. I actually like, the reason why I'm actually is because it's, some of you probably might have seen this before, some of you probably maybe haven't, but this is actually Gangnam Style being done in a prison. CPD, I don't know where that is. I'm pretty sure though, I'm sure probably some of you saw it as I was typing in, I'm pretty sure this is Gangnam Style being done in prisoners in the Philippines. I think they did one earlier on, I think a couple of years ago now, but they did the Thriller. But this is a video about prisoners doing the Gangnam Style. Now, what it is, in fact, I'm actually going to go over to a little document that I actually created earlier. It's actually called YouTube Maths. Now, this is a document I created just to really highlight to you the power that YouTube can bring. Now, the first thing you're going to see there is the original number of views. And again, the original number of views with this particular video is 5,430,127. So that's 5430127. So I'll tap that, 5430127. So you should be able to see over, I think it started in about October last year. I think it was the end of September. Yeah, it was the end of September, but you can see roughly October, November, December, January, February, March. So let's say, for example, let's just make it easy. The video has been live for 6 months. So over the course of 6 months, this video is actually brought in a total of 430,127 people. Now, if you actually divide that figure by 6, what you're actually going to get is you're going to get the number of people that are looking at this particular video on a monthly basis, every month since it's been live. So let's take that figure again. I'm not even going to try doing that in my head, but let's say, for example, we divided it by 6, and let's just round it up. Let's say over the course of 6 months, you're getting 905,021. Now, that is how many people have been clicking it per day, per month for the last 6 months. People per month. Now, let's actually drill it just a bit more. Let's say per, every month, per month. So if we divide that by 30. So again, what I'm showing you now is you get 905 905,021 people, okay? You're getting that people per month. Now, if you actually divide that by 30, what you're actually going to see is the number of people that are actually looking at this video on a daily basis. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, 30 days a month, just to make it easy, you're still talking 30,167. So that's 30,167 people clicked on that YouTube video per day, every day, for the last 6 months. Now, I'm going to be conservative as possible. Let's say, for example, only 1% of those clickers per day click on your link that you put up on Gangnam Style. In fact, I saw a comment earlier from a gentleman called Ian. He actually said, you know, I don't know what affiliate, I don't know what products to market. Ian, I'm going to go through that in just a moment, all right? But stick with me. Let's say, for example, conservative as possible, 1% of those 30,167 people who actually looked at that particular Gangnam Style spoof video clicked on the link that you put up, okay? It could be about anything. Let's say, for example, it was about Gangnam Style shirts. You know, the shirts where they're showing the tie or the bright yellow shirts he wears, I don't know. But let's say, you know, only 301 people click on that link. So that's 301 people per day. Now, if we drill even further, let's say, for example, only 1% of those clickers actually buy. So 1% of those clickers actually buy from those. So you can see really the sales per day. So I'm not even talking 10%. 10%, you're still talking 30 people. 1%, that's 3 sales per day. That's all you're getting, 1%. So again, I'm being as conservative as possible. 1% of those 301 people click on the link, they actually buy from the link that you actually put on that Gangnam video website. Now, let's say, for example, you're only making $5 from each purchase. 5 times 3, that's $15 a day. That's pretty easy, that's pretty straightforward. Now, you're probably thinking, well, look, what's $15 a day? You know, what is $15 a day? That's not much, you know, we're not talking much. And again, you know, I'm trying to be as conservative as possible. Now, think about the duration that the video is actually live for. Now, the most popular videos, they're probably trending on YouTube, they might have a lifetime of 40 to 60 days, maybe around 3 months. But look, the more popular ones, they actually go on for at least a year, depending on the video. In fact, we've already seen Gangnam Style, we're probably near 8 months now. Now, if you actually take $15 per day and actually times that by $30 in the month, you're talking about $450 per month. Now, that's not bad for an extra month's earning. I'm sure, you know, most of you could agree, you know, if I'm taking home an extra $450 a month, that's pretty good. You know, I'm sure anyone can use an extra $450 a month in their pocket. Now, we've already seen, you know, that's pretty impressive. Now, let's say, for example, you're doing that over 12 months. So if you take 450 and times that by 12, so there's 12 months in a year. So say, for example, we take 450. I think roughly it should come out to about 5,400. And yeah, that's right, exactly. So that's $5,400 per year for one video. Again, think about that. $5,400 per year for one video. That's pretty crazy, right? Now, look, let's be even more conservative, okay? Let's say, for example, it doesn't gain the massive trend or following that we expect, and, you know, it's only popular for 6 months. So look, let's actually take that figure, and let's actually divide it by 2. So, say, for example, you're only taking $5,400 per year, you divide it by 2, and that should be $2,700 per year. So let me just make sure that's correct. Spot on, $2,700 per year. Now, I say only, you're only making $2,700 per year for one video. Now, that's not bad for such little work. Again, I'm sure you could use the extra money a year. I know I sure could, even though I've got plenty. Again, look, I'm not showing off, but I'm sure everyone could use more money. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, okay? It doesn't matter whether we're spending it for rent, whether we're spending it for a holiday or a brand new car. It doesn't matter. Look, everybody needs more money. Now think about it. $2,700 per year from one video. The question is, how much, or how many, more importantly, videos could you monetize? And the answer is very simple. It's unlimited. You could actually go on right now, you could go on YouTube, you could set up your own account, you could start sending messages out manually, one by one, or look, better still, you could actually use this software and start taking advantage of the opportunity right in front of your eyes. That's right there, which again, look, it's really, really simple. Now, like I said before, there are so many videos being uploaded to YouTube on a daily basis. The statistic alone sticks in my head. 72 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute. Now, on top of that, imagine if you actually get to a video before the masses do. So, say for example, you got to Gangnam Style back in July and you sent a message to Psy. Now, I know it's a bit of a pipe dream, but I'm just showing you the opportunities that are really available now. Now, there's no way on earth you will saturate this opportunity due to the sheer volume of videos that are out there. Just to give you an idea, let's say for example, you've got 10 videos. Let's say you've got a full-time job, you know, you go to the office every day, you only spend a couple hours in the evening at most, and you know, let's say for example, conservative's sake, you've got 10 videos on YouTube with your link posted on the description, okay? Now, that's 2,700 times 10. You're still talking $27,000 extra dollars in your pocket per year. Now imagine, look, if you fine-tune your skills, imagine if you start focusing on videos which really relate to your niche. The videos we're looking at right now, look, they've literally been plucked from YouTube, but imagine if you find videos that really relate to your niche and the niche that you're promoting. Now, let me know what you think, guys. Let me know, you know, if you guys can really see the opportunity unfold right in front of your eyes right now. In fact, let me just take a quick sip of water right now. Wow, fantastic. I've just had a ton of replies. I've got Naomi here. Naomi says she can really see herself doing this. Naomi, that's great to hear. Look, I'm really excited. You can see the opportunity unfold right in front of your eyes. Now, look, if you've got any comments or you want to let me know what you think, I'd actually really like to see, you know, how you guys are actually all feeling about this right now. Wow, I've got some great, it sounds great. Whoa, that's great to hear, people. Look, the best is yet to come. I promised you quite a bit, and I hope you're starting to see the potential with what I've showed you. Now, look, let me just get rid of this right now. Like I said, look, you don't have to worry about doing any of this maths or anything. I just really wanted to show you the kind of potential that's available for you taking advantage of this software. Now, go back to this video. You can see the description area. This is where you'd be able to ask the owner of the video to post your link. So again, in the description area, you'd be asking them, look, can I put a video in this area? Okay. Now look, someone actually asked me earlier on, I think it was Ian, who said, look, you know, I don't know what product to market, or I don't know what product to advertise. Now, I'm actually going to show you how to find out the product. And look, it's really simple. In fact, let me just go to Amazon and show you. Amazon.co.uk. As I said earlier on, this is the localized one for the UK. Now, let's actually just type in Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Sorry, I spelled it wrong there. Gangnam Style. Let's not talk MP3 because the margins on them, so 89p, we're not talking much. But let's go into clothing. So, now, if you you'll see the results. Now, with the results, you know, I can do any of this. I can relate any of these particular items or particular products to that link that I was showing you. So now imagine if I put a link about, you know, Keep Calm and Gangnam Style. In fact, like I said, I showed you the MP3. They're only 89p. Commission, they would be peanuts. But as you go along, you should see quite a different number of products. So you've got the hoodies, you've got the men's top, the women's top. You've got the hats that they were wearing in the video. You've even got, I think that's for babies. No, that's ladies' Gangnam Style shirts. But wow, I don't know what that's got to do. The Gangnam Style glasses. But look, you can market anything. You can have, you know. In fact, let's show you the suits. I think earlier on I saw some suits there. There's some 90s as well. You can, here we are, suits. So again, these are some of the suits that I think that relate. I think that pink one's probably the most suitable for Gangnam Style. So again, I mean everything. You can monetize anything you want. I know the shirts, they're a bit boring, and the hoodie and the t-shirts, they could really sell. But what's important to realize here, everyone, is just because you don't like it, it doesn't mean other people might not like it. And it's important to realize that it doesn't matter that other people, you know, they don't think the same as you. People all think differently. And I hope, you know, you've already recognized the beautiful thing and the power of the internet is the ability to bring people from all different walks of life. You know, one person's rubbish literally could be another person's treasure. Never in the history of mankind have we ever had access to so many people from one instrumental tool. In fact, you know, I think the internet is probably the greatest invention mankind has ever built. The ability to be sharing, you know, the ability for 1 billion people to access YouTube on a monthly basis. That alone, you know, really does speak volumes. But in fact, I'm just looking at some, sorry to pause right there, I'm just looking at some people's comments and I can see people are saying, where do I get the software? I feel like I'm actually holding you back right now. Don't worry, look, I'm going to show you everything in just a second. But look, before I do that, I want to actually show you something else. One thing I actually wanted to show you before we move forward is the Media Monetizer project. So I'm going to go back to that particular video on YouTube. And the reason why is I actually wanted to take, sorry about that, I actually wanted to take this particular address. Now I'm going to copy the address of YouTube and actually go back to social traffic income. So if I go back to social traffic income, I go back to the movie trailers section, let me just full screen that, and I go back to the ad channel. Now if I take that particular link and I paste that there, and I click on get video details, what the actual software should do, and it's done, it's actually gone to YouTube, and it's actually added all the details into the video description. Now, all it's done is it's got all the details of the video, they're input into the description box, and once I've done that, I've got two choices at the bottom. I've got one is to add it to the tracker, and the second is to the message queue. Now look, if I add this to the tracker, it simply means that the software is going to track this particular video until it meets my criteria that we set out in the initial search. Now look, if you feel this particular video may have reached the criteria, or maybe it's going to be trendy, you can actually add it to the message queue here, which means you'll automatically send messages to the particular video owner. Now briefly, if you actually click on the Money Manager on the left hand side, now if you actually click on the Money Manager, this is going to give you complete transparency and the ability to view how much you pay for each video or each message you posted, and also how many clicks you've received in turn. So you've got a number of different columns here. You've got things like project, so the name of the project, so familiar with movie trailers. We've got a number of movie trailers here. The name, so the name of the account that we're using, the links, the cost that we paid to put that link in the description area of that video, the number of clicks that we're getting from that one particular video, the CPC. Now CPC, what CP stands for, it actually means cost per click. which actually shows you exactly how much each click is costing you. Now, that's a crazy amount of clicks, okay? You should be able to see. Now, with this particular one, you've paid $20 to put your description in the put your link in the description video, in the description section of that YouTube video. You pay $20, and you will automatically, from those $20, you received a total of 11,350 clicks. Now, the cost per click is 0.001. So we're talking less than a tenth of a penny, okay? Now, the reason why I wanted to highlight that is you can actually see for yourself. You can realize that compared to the likes of Google, compared to the likes of, all the other marketing sites that are out there, you have to actually pay on a monthly basis. Well, look, with what I showed you, there's no annual, there's no monthly, there's no weekly fee. We only have to pay a one-off cost, okay? We send that to the owner of that particular video, and that's it. Your link is permanently there, okay? It's always going to be there as long as the video is live. And as a result, if we're getting traffic and access to thousands of people, it really costs us absolutely nothing per click ultimately. So again, for those of you who are actually interested in cost per click, you can start to see just how low each click really cost us. And again, we're talking 0.001, so that's a tenth of the penny, okay? Now, cost per click, it's really a measurement of how cheap you can get your advertising for. Because I don't know anywhere or any site, any marketing site out there that gives you a CPC of 0.01, that you can actually get 11,350 clicks off the back of $20. If you know it, please tell me. Please give me a comment. Please give me a link where I can actually see how you can actually get that much traffic as I'm going to show you. Now, I'm going to show you the money. Effectively, look, the Money Manager, it shows you how much money you've spent and also how much you've made as a result in terms of traffic. And that's the most important thing, traffic. That's what we're here for right now. Now, one last thing I actually want to show you is the tracking statistics, which is actually showing you on the CTR. The CTR is actually called the click-through rate. Now, what the click-through rate is, it's a very simple thing. The click-through rate basically does what it says on the tin. It shows you as a percentage just how many people are clicking on your link from the amount of people that are actually watching the video. Now, those videos, those links, they could be on ClickBank, they could be on Amazon, they could be on any particular niche or any CPA offer out there that you're promoting. In fact, look, I think someone asked me before, but I'm actually sure there are CPA offers out there for Gangnam Style. Now, one of the greatest things about this is the ability to experiment, the ability to find different niches. You're actually going to be surprised at the amount of different niches that are available out there and the kind of thing people are interested in. In fact, look, if you give it a go, you're going to be one of the lucky ones to see what happens. Now, go back to click-through rate. Now, you should be able to see from the amount of traffic who are actually watching, the amount of traffic, the number of people who are actually watching the video, you can see the number of people that are clicking on the link. So, if we go to Business Solution, Business Solution has actually received nearly 18 million people click on that particular video and watch that video. Now, the CTR, which is the click-through rate, shows basically only 0.1% of the 18 million have actually clicked on your link. Now, even if you're getting 0.1% of 18 million, that's nearly 18,000 clicks. Now, that really should show you it doesn't matter, whether you've got a really high click-through rate or really low. As if you're getting 18 million people that are viewing that particular video, even if only 0.1% click on your link, that's still nearly 18,000 clicks that are actually coming to you. So again, look, even if the CTR, even if it's not that high, you can get an awful lot of traffic. Now again, that's one video. Imagine the amount of traffic you can get from 10 videos. You'll probably get so much traffic that the person who's probably hosting this site, they're going to end up calling you or contacting you, sending you an email, and they're going to actually have to divert the traffic because, you know, you're going to be generating so much traffic, you're going to be generating so much money off the back of it. And again, you can probably only do this with Amazon, with ClickBank. You can pretty much, you know, anywhere you could take advantage of this. So again, you know, I want to make sure that you're aware, look, the click-through rate, the CTR, even though it's not high, you can still get an awful lot of traffic, which ultimately will filter out in more sales and more commission, and the most important thing, more money. Now, earlier on, I actually gave you all a bit of a tease. I gave you all a bit of a tease, and I actually said, look, I'm going to show you how easy it is to make your own website in the space of literally a few minutes. I'm going to show you how to get it up and running, even if you've got no technical knowledge whatsoever. Now, I can't remember who it was. I think it was a gentleman called Jason, and he actually said earlier, look, please can you make sure this is as simple for people who are beginners? And I remember that because Jason, look, this is going to be as simple as I can make it. And you're going to see this whole process right here. So, I told you about the health option. I told you this is probably going to be something that we're going to go back to later on. I'm only going to show you this once. I've never done this before, okay? So keep your eyes glued to the screen right now, okay? So I'm going to click on the health option on the left-hand side here. Now, once you click on the health option, as you can see, I've got a list of options here. And on the left-hand side, this is not a media monetizer. This is what's called a media hijacker project. Now, a media hijacker project, this is really cool because it allows you to do exactly what I said, and that's to make a website in literally no time at all, okay? And then what you can do, you can use the media monetizer, what I actually showed you earlier on, and you can get loads of traffic to the site you've just built with the media hijacker. Effectively, the two work hand in hand with each other, and they're perfectly fitted. And as a result, it means you can get a ton of traffic to your site and you can make money from it. Now, the process, it's relatively simple. So if you actually go up here and click on the option what's known as Offer Vault. Now, the Offer Vault contains a thing called the Video Gin. And the Video Gin, as you can see, contains the niche video site generator, and in brackets that's recommended, and that's the recommending settings that I actually suggest you use. Now, again, you should be able to see there's all the help icons available on the right hand side, and again, each individual field shows you what you need to do. Now, I'm going to run through it very quickly, okay? So the niche video site generator, it's got this system in place that allows you to create these sites pretty much straight away. Now, what we've actually decided to do is a live demonstration on this webinar. Now, hold on to your hats because this is going to be really cool. In fact, look, it's only going to happen really quickly, but you're going to see the process. Now, what we actually did, we actually went out there and we bought ourselves a domain name. Now, a domain name, it's an address for a website. So, you know, anytime you log onto the internet, for example, if you go to a browser or something like Firefox or Google Chrome, something you're more familiar with Internet Explorer. But let's say, for example, you go to one of these different kind of tools and you bring up the internet, and say, for example, you bring up google.com. Now, you could go to another website, one of the ones we went to, for example, earlier, cnn.com. I did that earlier, but look, that's what it is. That's all a domain name is, okay? So firstly, you get yourself a domain name, which is the address of your site. Then, you need to get yourself a hosting account. Now, you're probably scratching your brain. Some of you, if you're new to this, these are very simple steps to do. Often people tend to think they're very complicated, but look, they're not. In fact, once you get hold of the software, we're going to guide you through the process of how to do that in terms of getting yourself a domain name and getting yourself a hosting account. Now, all that stuff, it's all there. It's all there ready for you. so that you'll be there, we'll be there ready to help you out, okay? All our support team, they're literally going to guide you step by step through it. So even, look, if you're a complete beginner, you can get a hold of this, so don't fear about that. So anyways, we actually decided to go get one, and the one we actually decided to go get was called mybestabsworkout.com. In fact, look, let me actually show you what this website actually looks like right now. I actually say website, and it doesn't actually look like anything whatsoever. So that's www.mybestabsworkout, mybestabsworkout, here it is. And if I click on that, My Best Abs Workout, and yep, there it is. That's the look of the site right now. Now, of course, look, that's not a website. That's literally just a page. You should all get the same page. In fact, go ahead, go onto a different tab on your browser. Make sure you don't close this webinar, of course. But look, just go ahead, go onto a different tab or open a new browser and type in www.mybestabsworkout.com. All in one word, that's mybestabsworkout.com. And look, this is what you're going to see. The page you should see, it should just say index underneath you're going to see some coding, and that's from the hosting provider. And look, it's totally boring stuff. It's not going to make me any money, it's not going to make you any money, and that's it. But it isn't it. That isn't it, because this is the basis from what we're actually going to build the site. So you can all see the site is there. In fact, you can all check it. You should be able to see on the right-hand side, there's a link on that chat box. That's mybestabsworkout.com, and I'm actually going to refresh it again, just to show you again. And yep, that's it. You know, it's a blank page. It doesn't really do anything for anyone. Now I'm going to go back to the software, okay? I'm going to show you what the software will actually do. First of all, I'm actually going to choose a template. Now, we can choose anything. There's a number of different templates to choose from. There's entertainment, there's health, there's comedy, there's sports, there's education, there's music, there's movies. Look, that's ultimately up to you what you decide to choose on. Now, we're actually going to choose the template for health because it's a health project. You'll get a green color. Now, underneath that, you can see I can put my ClickBank ID in place. Now, my ClickBank ID, my Amazon ID, and my Google AdSense ID as well. Now, these are all free services, okay? You can sign up to them. There's no fees, there's no charges associated with them. So look, sign up to ClickBank, sign up to Amazon, sign up to Google AdSense. Once you do that, they're going to give you a really cool account, which will give you a username for each one. And then you actually take the ID, which you'll get for each account. So say, for example, with Google, when you actually sign up, on the top right-hand corner, you'll actually get something called the Publisher ID, which starts with PUB, and then a dash, and then a big, big, long number. So you just have to copy all of that. As you can actually see, I've done that right here. So like that, you can see on the Google PUB, you've got and then dash slash, loads of numbers, and that's my link. And the same with Amazon. With Amazon, you should see that's my affiliate ID with Amazon. And finally with ClickBank, in fact, the username and the affiliate ID in ClickBank, they're exactly the same. So that's that. Now, here's what's going to happen, okay? My programmer, he's actually sat on the other side of the office right now. What he's actually going to do is he's actually got the same thing, he's got the same setup right in front of me. Now, the only difference is he's going to click save on the screen, and I'm not. So my programmer, he's going to click save on the screen on the bottom right-hand side, and I'm going to click cancel. Now, once he does that, the software, it's going to start to go to work. And once he does that, I'm actually going to explain to you what the software does. And me and the programmer, we're going to have a little competition just to see who can get there first. Just to see whether, you know, the software is going to be finished before what I'm doing, finish explaining the software. Okay? So, are you ready? Fantastic. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, go. So look, here's what's going to happen. The software, like I said before, will go to YouTube. and I'll actually go to find a video that's related to that particular topic. Now, in this instant, it's about getting a flat stomach. So, look, it's going to find something to do with that, and it's going to get the code from YouTube, which, again, this is all perfectly above board, okay? YouTube's going to allow access. Sorry to pause there. I can't actually believe that. The website's actually already up. I don't believe you. In fact, I'm actually going to check it before I actually congratulate him. So I'm going to go to you. So we click refresh on my best abs workout. And lo and behold, he's beat me to it. He's got a big smile on the face. He's looking very smart. But look, you can see right there, you can see right in front of your eyes, that's the whole process right there, and it's already done. Now, I was just in the midst of saying, look, with YouTube, what it's going to do, it's going to get a code and put that code onto this website. And as I showed you, it's going to build a template around that video. So you'll actually get a nice template, and you can see from the video, from the different templates that we had. So you can choose all the different templates that we have. You can see with the health one, it's got the family and the green color coding at the background as well. But you can see, look, what I'll do also, it'll also then go and get some adverts and add it to the site. So you'll actually see some of the adverts from Amazon, you'll see some of the adverts from ClickBank, and see some of the adverts from Google AdSense. Okay, and all of the written content around it, it's going to be based upon that video. So, like I said, you should be able to see, look, it's all integrated really, really quickly, and it's really, really easy to use. In fact, look, the time it's taken to me to explain it, there's already 3 different videos up there. There's already 3 different tabs up there, different pages up. So look, we've got the front page, in fact, we've got 4. We've got the front page, and we've got 3 on the right-hand side. We've got 3 different pages. So again, look, we've got this whole system up there right now. Now, let me know what your thoughts are over on that chat box. There's already a few people who just commented, whoa, this is incredible, amazing, I'm stunned. There's some really cool comments coming in right now. Let me know what you think on the chat box on the right-hand side, and if this is something you can feel yourself doing. In fact, someone's just said that's really cool. That's a bit of an understatement, but look, I think I know what you're meaning. In fact, that's really cool stuff, and I can see, and I hope you can see, the entire process from start to finish that I go through every day to make this work for me. So again, look, go ahead, get yourself commenting on the chat box on the right-hand side. Let me know what you think. But get yourself on the website. If you haven't already, get yourself on the website right now. In fact, look, what you actually notice is the process is carrying on, and it will continue to make new pages again and again. In fact, look, it will carry on until you decide to stop the process. And by that time, it will ensure it's got loads of pages of content and video in place. So you can actually go ahead, and every so often when you refresh, you'll actually notice that there's more pages being added all the time. So let me just refresh. Look, wow. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, including the front page, that's 10. So again, go ahead, you've even got videos as well. So we actually start the video so you can see for yourself, look, this is a video, and this guy's probably starting to talk about, you know, something to do with how to get a flat stomach. Look, there's also a lot of content as well. You'll notice there's a lot of content on the website right now. Now, again, this content, what it does, it comes from a secret source. Now, I'm not going to share this with you on the webinar, and again, that's for obvious reasons. And the reason is because it's a secret source. I've got to keep something, I've got to keep, you know, some of the secrets, and this is the only one I'm going to keep from you, but this is it. This is what I want to keep. So again, don't ask me where the comment comes from, because it is a secret. Now, you also have seen on the right-hand side at the top, you'll also have seen there's a number of different adverts on the left-hand side from Google. So every time you actually click on those particular links, so you've got Amazon, you've even got eBay as well, we'll actually get some form of commission. Now, I'm obliged to say this, please don't click on the link. You know, we're not here to make money. That's not the purpose of this webinar. But look, you can see for yourself, those adverts, they are in place. And you actually look at the top, you should be able to see, yep, there it is, Amazon. Should be able to, so look, these are from my local branch of Amazon, amazon.co.uk. And as you can see, you've got the eBay as well. And again, you know, this is most likely going to be replaced by ClickBank, depending really on availability. But look, you can see, look, there's loads of different things, okay, you can apply to this page. And like I said, you've got these pages being added all the time. So you've got more and more content being added to the site and more pages. And look, all of this gives you an idea of how well this is working. As you can see now, what we can do is to actually go and get traffic from YouTube in the same way as I was doing before. So look, rather than finding a video about Gangnam Style, I can actually find a video that's about getting a flat stomach, or about getting an abs workout, or about famous bodybuilders. Look, whatever, okay? I can find those videos and link those videos to my site. So that's mybestabsworkout.com, okay? And again, you should see the whole process that I've just shown you. It's really straightforward and it's really simple. Now, let me just see how many more we've actually generated now. It's even changing as well. You can see there's more coming out all the time. Now, if I actually click on this one, this is a 300 Spartan workout routine to help you get a six-pack. Wow, I think that's pretty extreme. But again, you can watch the video. There's a video. There's content written all around that site as well, relating to that topic. And again, there's also adverts there. It's really, those adverts we've got from Amazon. You can see, again, eBay as well. And you can see, look, it's really straightforward. And it shows you exactly how simple this is. And look, this site, and I need to emphasize, this was created in a small amount of time. Go ahead, refresh the page again and again, and you'll see more content is being added all the time. And look, we're talking of what? About 3, maybe 4 minutes. It's not a long time, okay? And the thing is, you could just leave this thing working. I don't have to be here, nor does my programmer. He doesn't have to be here either, okay? I just saw another comment there. It said, just saw it say, whoa, right on, can't wait to start this. Great. I'll actually show you how to get started in just a moment. In fact, look, imminently, I'm going to show you exactly where you can go to get a copy of this. It's going to be pretty crazy, okay? I've got an awful lot of people. I've got nearly 1,000 people on this webinar who actually want to get in on this. And judging by the responses, particularly when I showed you that last section, everyone seemed to have lost their mind, which is super cool. And I'm glad you're excited by what I've shown you, because that means you can see the potential of the whole thing. Now, let me just grab a quick glass of water, but before I show you where you can get a copy of this, let me just know what you think. Give me a quick comment on the chat box. Let me know, tell me whether you can feel the power of what I've just shown you. Wow. Wow. I've got people who are saying, this is insane, where do I get started? That's awesome. I could do this, unbelievable. Wow, yeah boy, that's cool, that's great. Look, this is great. I'm really I'm really proud that I've got through to you, and I can only hope now that you're willing to take the action. Now, the first thing I want to say is, everything that I've shown you, this is all I use to build my income stream online, okay? I fire the social traffic income software up for about an hour a day. And to tell you the truth, look, I only use it for 30 to 40 minutes purely because I got so used to it, I can literally get in and out of it in about 40 minutes. So, I can open the software and I can get in about 30 to 40 minutes and that's it, I'm done. Now, what you have to remember is, what I actually showed you used to be a manual system. This was taking me hours. And I'm not talking, 2 to 4. I'm talking 12 to 16 hours a day to maintain. And look, it was maintaining it at a level that I wasn't happy with it. I was making good money, but I had no life. And what's the point of making money? What is the point of making money if you haven't got a life? it's like these people that you see who go to work every day with the suits and, you know, they've got a briefcase and they've got a big smile on their face. They've probably got big, powerful jobs where, again, they're making probably well over $100,000 or even £100,000 a year. But my question is, what's the point? They don't actually get to do anything with it. They've got the nice car, they've got the nice house, that they're never in because they're always at work. They've got the nice car that sits on their driver's tarmac cover because they're never able to drive it because they're always at work. You know, I'm sure you know what I mean, because look, it doesn't make any sense to me. There's no point having loads of money or even a decent amount of money if there's nothing you can do with it. And that's what I really want for you. I want you to be able to do this. You know, I want you to be able to do at the end of this webinar and to see that, you know, I can crank this up for less than an hour a day and I immediately make 20 times more than I was making when I was doing this manually. So look, I really think this is something you'll never have seen before, and it really does show you how you can make this internet thing work for you. Now, if I've done a good job explaining the power of this software, you can see the unique opportunity you have in front of your eyes right now. Look, in fact, I wish I had something like this when I was starting out. It would have been so much easier. But you know the saying, everything happens for a reason. And maybe, you know, I was supposed to go through what I did so I could actually share this system with my friends and family, plus a small number of you guys and girls out here tonight. And look, I really do mean a small number. The availability of the software license access, it's not going to be unlimited, okay? It's going to be very limited. And I have to make you aware of this up front. So look, you've seen the whole process. Now I go through from start to finish. In fact, I'm actually getting messages here. I've got a message from Dominic, another from Jane, but there's loads of you asking, how can I get access to this software right now? Well look, I'm going to give you the website address in just a second. The website address is going to give you all the detail, how to get access to the software, and all the costing associated with it. However, look, there is an important caveat. All you girls on the webinar, I want to make sure that I make fair and I make you aware. Okay, so look, here's the deal. As you know, this software system, it's never been available to the public before. There's absolutely nothing like it out there on the market. In fact, there is nothing like there. There's nothing similar. This is it. I'm going to open this to a small number of you guys and girls. But like I said, there is a caveat. And the caveat is I'm sticking to the number of people I can actually open this is going to be really limited. I'm looking at this webinar, I've been looking at the number of people on this webinar, and it's been holding pretty much consistently at 1,000 attendees. And look, that's pretty exciting considering I've never done a webinar before. So look, I really appreciate you for sticking around, for seeing everything that I've shown you. And I've thought about this long and hard, and I've only decided to open the door to just 15 people. Now that's 15 people tonight. And once those 15 slots are full, that's it. I'm going to close the doors. And just to confirm that, that's 15. So that's 1-5, not 50. The reason was I want to be fair on those 15 people. I want to give them all the attention that I can to help them to get started. But more importantly, look, I don't want to open this software to everyone and anyone. Look, I want to make sure that we can pay special attention to the small group of people that are lucky enough to get access right now. And what I mean right now, I mean tonight. So it's not about us taking a large amount of people, and I just want a small group of 15 people to come into our inner circle and have access tonight, right now tonight, literally in 20 minutes, okay? Now, I just don't want that little team that I've put together to be overwhelmed. Giving 15 people access also means you can get one-to-one attention for any support needs that you have, making your experience of getting to grips with social traffic income a lot more pleasant, and your path to profits using the software so much quicker. Now, for me, this being the first time I'm offering this publicly, and also the first time I'm offering it to so many people, okay? As a result, I want to make sure the small group that I have that comes on board, they get access and they hit the ground running and start making money fast. So look, shortly, I'm going to show you where you can get a hold of this software. Now, by the way, what you need to realize is you're going to get access to everything I showed you. Your own full access pass to making money online, okay? You'll be able to track thousands of high trending videos and add your offer or money page site links to the description of the high traffic videos and instantly drive super targeted traffic to anywhere you want on the internet. You're going to become the traffic king or the traffic queen. You'll be able to launch hundreds of niche-specific SEO and social media optimized video sites at the click of a few buttons, just like I showed you on this site earlier on at My Best Ads Workout. And you'll be able to drive traffic to it instantly using our unique YouTube traffic siphon method, giving you a secure, giving you a long-lasting way to drive traffic without having to worry about the possibility of losing your traffic if Google just decided to change the rules overnight. Like I said, look, it's a really simple thing to do, and it's a very easy thing to replicate, and it will produce results overnight, okay? So look, thank you very much. Thank you very much for spending your time this evening with me. I hope, if anything, if nothing, I hope I've taught you something. And like I said, to the 14 lucky ones that have got in, I can't wait to see you in my inner circle. From me, over and out. It's nearly 3 o'clock here in London. I don't know what time it is in America from where you're all over the world. I hope you have a great day. But yeah, look, that's it from me. Thanks for having me. Over and out. Thank you very much.